with so much going on, hi everybody, I should say, with so much going on in our lives, sometimes I'm playing music, you want to remember something, a song, something on, yeah, and just forget it. It happens all the time to me anyway, and could be older age, could be whatever, but you come up with some great idea, and then you try to remember it, and it just seems impossible. It's no good. So sometimes you just have to forget about it and just move on, to another idea. And that's what happened to me a few minutes ago with this thing. I actually had already done a video with it, with the chickens. It's called Silky Chicken Strut. This thing, and I did a video of it this morning, and I wasn't happy about it because I was so tired. I was just drifting off. But I did it because of something that happened last night, and where we stopped out to eat. So um, there's actually a film clip called "Hold the Chicken" with Jack Nicholson's film "Five Easy Pieces," and that's why I stopped and this Denny's with Rosalie after we finally got back from the airport, and there is a Denny's on I-5 south of Eugene, first one, and it they filmed the scene in there, and the waitress showed it to us, and because I'd heard about it for years that Jack Nicholson had done this scene from Five Easy Pieces in there, and I don't remember what the movie's about, but I do remember it being a pretty cool movie, and and I like Nicholson as an actor, and I think this scene is pretty cool. So I thought, the thing is, if you bring it up online, it's called "Hold the Chicken," Jack Nicholson from Five Easy Pieces. But I heard about this for years, and they're not, just forget about it. But last night we were talking about it, so I asked the waitress a little bit about it, like any other tourist that heard about it, and she said, "Oh yeah, people ask me about it a few times a week." And I have it on my phone, and I show them show them the clip, and so she did, and then she said, "We even know the booth he sat in," and so it's the if you ever go to this Jenny's, you can ask them, but it's the second booth on the right when you open the door, and I'm not big on Hollywood and actors, and I think it's ridiculous how much people lord over these people who play other people, and or the same with musicians. I think that great musicians have a wonderful place in our lives, and I think that they should be treated with the respect they deserve. People like Sidney Bechet and John Coltrane and the B.B. King, and I'll say R.L. Burnside as well, because I was around him when people treated him with disrespect and made fun of him. I saw that at a festival where an African American guitar player from the West Coast, was just talking to him bad about him to his band people, saying, country this, country that about him. Like, they didn't, but that could be a reflection of they had come past that. They thought they'd come into from the South and the whole thing of poverty and moved beyond it. And then when they saw someone like RL playing, it brought back memories of where they had come from, trying to beat back that world that RL still lived in Mississippi. So whether he knew that that's what he meant or not, that's probably partly what it was all about. But anyway, my point is, I'm not saying that we shouldn't respect these people, but I am saying it goes too far when we consider them gods. Like years ago, you'd hear the thing, Eric Clapton is God. Why? Because he can play the guitar really well, you know? Accidentally let his kid close to a window and the kid falls out. Why wasn't there a screen on the window? Why wasn't there some protection on the window? He writes a song, Pennies from Heaven, and makes thousands of dollars on it. I'm not saying it's not a horrible thing. I personally knew somebody who I played with in Seattle, where he and his girlfriend uh, were drinking, having a good time. He was playing. They went back upstairs to their upstairs place, and I guess she got up to get some air, and she fell out the window. It happens. Killed herself. Terrible thing. So accidents happen, but I'm just saying that why do we lure these? Why do we like think, oh, these guys? Sure, they might be great, they might be awesome, they might be wonderful players, they might be arrogant pigs too, as well as being great. And that happen. That's you can bet that's probably 40-50% of the time. I mean, musicians are not known for not having an ego, and you have to have an ego to a certain point to do even what I'm doing. I don't think I have a big ego about this. I'm just being me. But you have to be able to have enough, because I'm super unconfident about a lot of things. But I do know I've been doing this for enough years. I can sound okay with what I'm doing, pretty good, I'd say, and I've gone out of my way to learn the stuff. But I can't remember this damn lick, okay, as much as I've gone out of the way. So I did it this morning. I didn't like the video. I did it when I was around the chickens. That was okay. But I'll try it one more time. And the reason I did it was because of that movie clip. And go being in there. It was pretty fun. It's fun to find out certain things about this person, this celebrity, and whatever. And it's a great clip. I would advise watching it. Hold the chicken. So this would be the Silky Chicken Strut, if I can remember it. Well, that's not very good. That harmonica, apathetic. Okay, so that's not really right. I'm screwing it up again. Still not right, because it was... Well, I'm just going to have to go back to it another time. This is an example of... I can't get it. I've tried it, and I've tried it. I know the song, but I still can't get it. It's in first position. I'm trying it in A harmonica, but it's just not happening. So rather than keep practicing it over and over again, driving myself crazy, I think what I'll do is just move on to something else to practice. Because otherwise, it's just going to be, way too much pressure. Because I tend to want to, the kind of person that I just want to get it. I just want to get it. If I liked in the past some woman and I wanted to not get her, but I mean, God, well, why doesn't she like me? Oh, well, maybe if I... No, it's like, sometimes you just have to let it go. Sometimes you meet a girl or a guy, I mean, since 99% of my audience, according to Google, is guys, I'll just say, sometimes when you, and that 1% woman, some women, if you meet somebody and you like them and they don't like you, after If it's clear, there's no point in beating your head against the wall. It ain't gonna happen. But there are sure a lot of other people, other women, and the 1% women that watch this, other guys that are out there that they might very well like you. And if not forever deal, just go hang. But there are some people and some things that are just not going to happen. And the same thing with these licks. I mean, sometimes you're just not going to be able to get it, and you got to move on. Now, what if I want to practice that little tongue thing that goes? Pat does this. Dirty Pat, he can get it. He's got it down pretty cool. So I'm just blowing the four, doing that tongue thing. All it is blow the four, go to the three. And then there's a slight bend on the three back. I wonder if that's the beginning of that song. Let's try it. No. But guess what? It's the beginning of something else. That's that three. That's a three, draw. Those three blow, three draw. Three blow, three draw, three blow. Three draw, three blow. Three blow, three draw, three blow. Four blow. Anyway, you get the idea. You can practice that little thing there and then go. You can do that tongue thing. You don't have to do it constantly, but practice it. Now, I don't think you can do that drawing in. I don't think you can put your tongue on the harmonica. Well, I'm not putting much on the harp anyway. I'm going, it's air. It's just a against the harp. Since I can't get inside each and every one of your mouths to do the tongue thing and place it where it has to be placed, y'all got to do it yourself. and mix it up with different ideas, like it's just something to be used occasionally, really, unless it's actually part of a whole continuing part of a song. But even then, I'm only using it partly, just an effect, another effect. Now, okay, I practiced that for a few minutes. Now it's bugging me still about this chicken, silky chicken strut thing. What if but down here it's giving me trouble? No? Well, I still can't get it, so I'm going to forget about it today and go on, but I just make something up around the idea. So where am I at here? Okay, I'm around the 6th to the 7th note. So if I go blow 6, draw 6, blow 6, draw 6, blow 7, blow 8. But first, shake the harmonica out a bit and try it again. That's blow 6, draw 6. Blow 8, blow 7, blow 8. Oh, Jesus Christ. With all due respect, Jesus Christ. I'm going to have to do something, I guess, about my teeth. And it's allowing too much saliva into my mouth. It didn't used to be this way. Honestly, it's very frustrating. I don't like it. It never happened before when I was doing gigs. It's just goes back to that retarded past of mine using dope. And because it all led, I think I didn't get away with anything. No heavy prison time, but just a few days in county, but yet I wound up in the prison of my body for life and all the trouble that's caused me. I'm not complaining, it could be a whole lot worse. But Jesus, does anybody out there listening that has any question about narcotics being crummy for you? It's a bad deal. And eventually, it'll catch up with you, one way or the other. I mean, few people get lucky. If they get lucky when they tend to use it a little, somewhat, maybe get strung out once or twice, or maybe, and realize like in their 20s more, like there's something, no, it's not for me or whatever. But if you wait till you're in your 40s and that kind of stuff, it already has had such an effect on you if you use it regularly that it's not too late to quit clean, to get away from it, but it's too late not for it to have trouble with you, unless you're very lucky. Anyway, I'm grateful for what I do have, and the fact that I have a good doctor, and I'm trying to stay on top of it. Because I'd like to live longer, in spite of these pretty painful health issues at times, because I know a lot of us have to deal with that. And it's a question of, like, Well, do we want to keep living with it, with the standard of life that we have? I mean, it'd be easy to stop. You just quit taking the medications that they give you. I can't stop anymore by saying, well, I'm just gonna overdose on something because I have a narcotic blocker in my stuff, and there's nothing I can do to change that. I mean, unless just not whatever. But I'm certainly not going to go out that way. I don't want to. I'd rather fight through this and try to get healthier and try to understand what I can do to control these health issues better rather than just give up. And I know people that have, or I heard, it's not cool, I don't think, especially if they're a family and they leave family behind. Because no matter how painful something is, emotionally or physically, if we work to try to get past it, at least we can get past it enough to function and do something good, with our life, and might contribute to something good to other people's lives. So, which is not a bad thing, or other animal lives, or whatever. So anyway, I've been playing this whole stuff has been in first position today because I think first is a cool position and not neglected, but compared to cross harp second position, I'd say in the blues world, of course it's not played nearly as much. But going on, that's a blow on the six, but let's make sure. That is the six. Blow six, draw six, blow six. No, it's blow six, draw six, blow seven. Blow six, draw six, blow seven, blow eight. So it just stops in the seventh then. Okay, again, this is giving me, it's blocked up, so try it again. And that sixth one I'm drawing, that's just normal drawing. But I'm just doing a little bit of a bend. So you can bend the sixth jaw. And then bend that eighth then when you come back to it. God, Jesus. Oh, frustration. Okay. So, that's what that phrase is. Come back, but... And maybe not bend that sixth jaw that time, but bend the eighth blow. So, you alternate, and you practice that thing so that it just becomes part of you're not concentrating on. You're not thinking when you're doing the lick and you're on stage or you're with a friend. You're not consciously thinking, oh, I'll bend the six, I'll go to seven, come back to the six and eight, and bend the eight. No, you ain't thinking like that. You're just thinking. It's supposed to be automatic. Like, you gotta make a left turn when the turn says, when the green thing says left, you better make that left turn. Same thing here. That's a pretty cool little phrase. And then hang on to that blend there, on that eighth note blow. That would be the eighth blow bend, and then the ninth, and then back to the seventh. That's a That would be blow 8. Blow 8, blow 9, bend it down, and then go back to the 8 and the 7. And then again, you don't have to do it straight up all the time. You go. This just gives you, the ideas I'm talking about, just gives you the basic framework to take off with your own ideas. And because you don't want to necessarily, you can follow my stuff, sure, if you want note for note, to a certain degree. But then it's up to you to come up with your own phrases and your own notes. Not up to me. That's the 9 blow. It's 9 blow, 9 blow draw, 9 blow, 9 blow bend, 9, 8. So, straight position, I think is really cool, and especially, of course, you can do all those nursery rhyme type songs that we talked about in first position. Like that up. Great practice, but then also great practice is that earlier pre-war type blues harp stuff practice. I'm going to go back to this one more time before I let y'all go. Still not there. I'm going to do a similar version. maybe I should name this thing, because it ain't Subject to Construct what I want it. I'll just call it Hold the Chicken, like that movie clip. Hold the Chicken. It's a fun clip. Go find it on YouTube. And I thank y'all for listening, watching, and I hope you get something out of this idea in a first position when you have to just move on from what you intend to practice and practice something else. Have a good morning, have a good night, have a good evening, have a good afternoon, wherever you all are. Thank you so much for watching. But there's one last thing I will say, that is that due to the decency of a gentleman that helped me on the road last night, it saved me hours. I got lost at the airport, no signs, no clear signs, and I pulled over to a way station and thought, I'm really in trouble because my cell phone doesn't call out right now or get messages, barely able to text, and I thought, I've got to find a way. Maybe somebody will stop, and so I got out, waved, something out there by that way station, kind of bent over with my stick. Somebody's going to feel sorry for this, this poor old decrepit cat with this, little stick and everything. Nobody's going to be scared unless they think it's a scam, that this guy's going to take a stick and go whop and hit the first person and steal his car. No, not me. Anyway, a guy stopped within 5 minutes. It was really cool. Off on a farmer or longer, beautiful Western accent, yeah, hello, are you having trouble? Yes, sir, I'm just trying to get to the airport. Oh, it's over there, 2 miles that way, and you could tell I didn't understand anything he was saying. I was really tired, and okay, I better write this down, and I'm trying to write, and I can't write, and he goes, why don't you just follow me? I'll take you at the airport. Really? Because I've been lost hours. And I was tired. I don't see well at night driving. I thought, this is a blessing from God, or whatever. I mean, this is incredible that this guy, the person that stopped, is willing to help take me to the airport. And I said, well, you don't have to go out of your way. And he goes, no, I can get you there when I'm good. And so he did. It turned out to be much shorter. He saved me hours. And since I've become kind of disabled, I will say people have been really kind, and in general, and never people making fun of me, whatever. Never people making, because I can't walk so well, which of course I could care less. And if I did hear them say something, I had a few remarks to say about that myself to them before they walked away. But the reality of it is, people have been really kind and offered me a lot of stuff that, in terms of emotional support, that I really appreciate. But this man, he really came through, because I was just totally lost in the countryside of Oregon. And when you're lost in the countryside of Oregon, you're really lost. Not that there wasn't people around, but where were they? It was nighttime, and anyway, thanks to this gentleman named James, I appreciate your help. So once again, good night, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever y'all are. Have a great day or night or afternoon. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching with this lesson on first position licks when it first goes wrong. Thank you.